Did you know you can achieve more in 90 days than most people do in an entire year? It is called the 90-day effect, and the final 90 days of the year are upon us. It is the last quarter, and something about the last quarter lights a fire under everyone. And you can either watch the year pass you by, or you can end the year stronger than you started. We're going to be talking about several different categories that you're going to reset now until the end of the year. We're talking focus, fitness, finances, routines, productivity, and your dreams. Of course, you don't need to have crazy intense dreams for the new year. This is not just for people who are trying to start a new business. This is for the everyday person as well, who might be feeling lost and who might be feeling as though they're not living their lives for themselves and they're not living a fulfilling life. Because trust me, I've been there. And during my mid-year reset this past summer, I decided to change everything around to really switch my mindset. The last 90 days have been epic for me, and I'm wanting to have an even more epic final 90 days of the year. And if you're feeling that energy and you're on that time, this video is for you. Without further ado, like I always love to say, take what you love, leave what you don't, and let's get into this video. I need you to focus, look here, and be radically honest with what you do have the capacity to complete and with what you don't. With 90 days, you probably have time for one big goal and maybe one small goal. For me personally, I recommend just focusing on one thing that you can truly go all in on. And the way you're going to narrow this down is by making sure you choose the thing that falls under the category of being a SMART goal. Depending on the source, a SMART goal is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. For example, one of your goals last year might have been to open a fitness studio. Honestly, when we're looking at our SMART goal rubric, opening a gym in 90 days isn't quite attainable, it isn't quite realistic, and it's not quite timely. Given all of the permitting you have to find a lease, you have to open up shop, you have to hire out people, you have to get a loan. It's just not really realistic for this last quarter of the year. You can still take the time to maybe apply for the loan that you might need. Maybe start building the brand in general. Giving yourself the goal to actually open the studio before the end of the year is a lot. If you're still wanting to pursue that, if you're still wanting that to be the focus until the end of the year, simplify it. For example, losing 20 pounds in 3 months. If you wrote that goal out at the beginning of the year and you haven't been able to get around to it, this is the perfect time to do it. You can definitely do it. It is specific. I want to lose 20 pounds within 3 months. Measurable, because you can get those metrics, step on the scale once a week, track your progress. It is attainable. It's something that is in reach. It's something that you can actually achieve. It's realistic. It is timely because you're giving yourself 3 months, and that gives you about a pound or two to lose a week, I think. I didn't really do that math properly. But so we're looking at this long list that we wrote out at the beginning of the year, and we're focusing in on one thing that we can really go all in on and attack it. So once you choose that SMART goal, you're going to be setting systems in place for your everyday life to get you closer to that goal, whether that's waking up earlier or resetting your morning routine or meal prepping every Sunday. You're going to be setting these little systems that you're going to do until the end of the year. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to be every single day, but you're going to be holding yourself accountable until the end of the year, whether it's losing weight, starting a business, etc. The reason why you haven't achieved those goals is because your systems are not set up in a way for you to be successful. You're waking up with just enough time to get ready for work in the morning. You're leaning on fast food for lunch and dinner because you haven't set up a plan in place to eat a nourishing meal after work. You're not making enough space in your schedule to get a workout in every other day or 3 times a week. Your systems are not set up for you to be successful right now. Your systems are set up for you to fail at these things. So that's why it's important to refine your systems. Your fitness reset. The last 3 months of the year are chaotic. It is a very chaotic time of the year, but consistency will carry you through the chaos. I love living a lifestyle centered around health and wellness. It's always a priority to me. And I know it's a priority for a lot of us, but just because we love it so much doesn't mean that it doesn't fall to the wayside every once in a while. If you are trying to lose 20 pounds in 3 months, maybe start 75 Soft, which by the way, I've started it with a few of you on Instagram. Go over to my Instagram, follow me there, and join our little broadcast group. I'm sharing a whole bunch of resources now until December 6th. I want to say, I'm sharing recipes, workouts, all that good stuff to help keep you accountable and keep you on track if you're starting a 75 Soft challenge. And even after 75 Soft ends, we're going to keep the group going. So if you're thinking about starting 75 Soft, I think you should. It's a great way to stay consistent. It's a great way to get yourself back into the habit. And it's a gentle accountability challenge that's not going to make you feel bad about yourself if you miss out on a day or 2 or a week. Next, you should educate yourself. When it comes to your fitness journey, if you don't know better, it's hard to do better. When it came to taking my fitness journey seriously, I decided to jump into educating myself on my body, on what's really going to help me achieve my goals, and what's really going to help me stay consistent overall. Because there's so much that goes into a proper fitness journey, and if you're not educated, it's really hard to know why you're not seeing the progress that you want to see. So this time last year, I started working towards becoming a certified personal trainer. I studied for the test, I passed it, and I am now a certified personal trainer. And I've used that knowledge to help me get 10 steps ahead. I not only know how to program workouts for myself, but I also share workouts with you guys. And I've been sharing my resources and everything that I've learned with you guys to help you be successful in your journey. And when you guys ask me if it's worth it or not to do it, I always say yes. I always say yes, because even if you choose not to just train people, at least you have the knowledge, at least you know how you're going to be able to be successful with these goals and get closer to where you want to be. Which is why I'm so excited to share with you guys today's sponsor, which is ISSA. ISSA is the International Sports Science Association, and they are a leader in online fitness certification. They're empowering individuals to become certified personal trainers and health professionals through flexible, science-based education. If you're trying to transition your career or gain a side hustle to make a little extra money and you're passionate about fitness, this can be a really great option for you.
They also have a certified nutritionist coach program where you'll learn all about food and healthy habits, how the body metabolizes food for fuel, muscle development, and fat loss to help you and your clients see real results.
Their certification program is 100% online, self-paced, self-study, and you can basically do it from anywhere.
The best part is that there are over 73,000 personal training jobs open right now across the US. And if you get your ISSA personal training certification, you can join their Career Connect community. Career Connect is designed to connect you with employers. ISSA has over 10,000 gym partners. Career Connect can help you find employment opportunities in your area. ISSA actually guarantees a job in the US or your money back.
All you need is a phone, tablet, or computer, and you can be certified in as little as 90 days.
The final exam is open note, open book, and you can take it from home. The pass rate is really high, and ISSA will give you a free retake if you need it.
And whenever you guys tell me that you're using my resources, whether it's my workouts, my recipes, whatever it is, I get so excited. I honestly, it melts my heart. Like the other day I posted a workout, but I instantly got a message from one of my old coworkers saying that she used it for her girls because she coaches dance. And I was like, wow, like I wouldn't be here if I didn't become a certified personal trainer.
Take your passion for fitness and nutrition further. Go to joinissa.com/JanetN and use my code JanetN to get $100 off select certified personal training or nutrition coach certification bundles today. Don't just follow the journey, become the expert who can guide it.
Thank you, ISSA, for sponsoring this portion of the video. Next, finances. We all know that this time of the year is the most expensive time of the year. Once January comes around, you do not want to spend that time recovering. You don't. You should be spending that time building, continuing to build on your success. You do not want to spend January recovering. So be intentional now. You already know what's coming in. You already know what's going out. You already have an idea of what you should have in your bank account by then. For most of us, it kind of stays pretty consistent unless you're an entrepreneur, et cetera, et cetera. But for most of us, we should already have an idea of what our finances are going to look like around the holidays. So let's be intentional now before that time comes. Map out a plan for your holiday shopping. Who are you shopping for? What does the budget look like? How much are you planning to spend for each person if you're buying gifts? When I was a coach, I had a parent who was so diligent about these things. She would always contact me around like September, October, asking me if we're doing Secret Santa during the holidays, if she's gonna have to get gifts for all the girls, what we're planning, because she had a very strict budget and she liked to plan for these things ahead of time. And she was honestly so inspiring. I love that. She would just contact me and say, even if you don't have a strict plan, just let me know what you're thinking so I can budget for it, okay? Because if I don't budget for it now, I might not have the money for it once it comes around. And I could appreciate that. And I was always so inspired by that. I also had a mom who started Christmas shopping in October, and she would buy things little by little and then hide them in her little closet. And that was inspiring to me too. Let's not act like we don't know that the holidays are expensive. Let's get ahead of everything. Let's make a plan so we're not spending more than we need to, more than we want to, because we waited last minute and now we're running around the mall and now there's only expensive gifts left. So, are you buying gifts this year? Are you not? Are you hosting this year? Are you not? Are you doing Secret Santa with a few friends? What is this gonna look like? Let's set a budget aside for that and let's make a plan for that. It kind of reminds me of being a woman. You know how we're always so shocked at how crappy we feel around our menstrual cycle. And once it comes, we're like, oh, that's why I've been so mean. That's why I've been so down. That's why I've been crying for weeks. We do the same thing with the holidays. We pretend that we don't realize that it's coming around, and then we act shocked when we're broke at the end of it. Number 2, if you're someone who does not care about the holidays, it's not something that you celebrate, etc., maybe you made a goal to pay off some debt this year and you really haven't put a dent in any of the debt that you plan to pay down. This is the time to do it this final 90 days. Let's put a plan in place and let's tackle that debt. Let's get it down to a good number. You don't have to get rid of all of it, but let's get it down to a good number. I know for me, I go back and forth between wanting to tackle my student loans and just wanting to pay the minimum payment. And there are times where I'm like, you guys are just gonna get the minimum payment, okay? And then every once in a while I have a fire under my butt and I'm like, I'm about to pay these down, I'm about to pay these off, and like just go off and start spending on them. That's how you should be approaching your debt right now. Try to figure out what you can pay down, what you can get rid of, okay? And just knock it out of the park, okay? And then lastly, if you don't have any debt and you're not planning on doing anything crazy for the holidays and spending a lot of money in the holiday, focus on saving. Open a high yield savings account and start saving your money or even investing your money. You can save a crap ton of money within the last 3 months of the year. Yes, you can. And if you're budgeting and if you're looking at your finances with a wide angle view, looking at what's coming in, what's going out, what you have to work with, you can honestly save a good portion of money. So by January, you're looking at your savings account and you're proud of yourself for what you've done. This is your financial reset plan. I hope this helps. Let me know what you're planning to do with your finances. I have a nice, strict plan that we're trying to put together. We might be hosting. We don't know. Okay, if your family watching this, don't be texting me saying, oh, in your video you said you're okay. We don't know yet. We're talking about it. We're talking about hosting one of the holidays this year, and we're going back and forth about like, okay, if we host a holiday, we're doing gifts, what is it going to look like? How much is it going to cost? How much are we planning to spend? Are we going to cater? Are we going to ask people to cook, etc., etc.? What is that going to look like? So we're not surprised when it comes, okay? Have these conversations, guys. Have these conversations with yourself, with your spouse, with the people you live with your family. It's important so you're not stressed and strung out. Your morning routine, let's talk about it. Your morning set the tone for the day. It sets the tone for the day. So what you need to do is you need to create a few non-negotiables that you can stick to from now until the end of the year. What are some things and some habits that aren't so great that you've been doing in the morning that are kind of holding you back from feeling your best, from doing your best, etc., that you can switch around from now until the end of the year? Does that look like maybe waking up and getting a workout in before work a few times a week? So when you get home at the end of the day, you're not worried about working out. You can just worry about making yourself a nourishing meal, watching a nice show, going on a nice little stroll around your neighborhood or around the block, whatever it is. You can focus in on you, focus in on time with your spouse, whatever it is. I recently reset my morning routine. It was the best thing I could have done. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. twice a week right now, and I feel so ahead of the game. I feel so energized. I feel less anxious than I did before, and that's because I have been intentional with just waking up earlier and getting the things done that I need to get done, because waking up later has just not been working for me and my productivity. I know when I was working in office and working in person and I had to commute, getting my workouts done in the morning just made me feel so much better, because once I got home, all I had to do was either cook, eat, relax, clean. I just felt like I had the afternoon to just be more productive and to focus on myself, my dreams, editing, whatever it was. And waking up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 2 times, 3 times out of the week really did help push me and propel me forward. And whenever you wake up in the morning and you pour into yourself before pouring into other people, you show up as a better you for everybody in your life. You show up so much better at work. You're a better employee. You're a better coworker. You're a better you. Reset that morning routine so you are showing up better for the people in your life, for the things that you have to do in your day-to-day life, and for you. Next, you're going to reset your productive habits. Full-blown productivity reset is so good for the soul. First and foremost, you are going to find and protect your peak. Your peak is the time of day where you have the most energy, where you are able to tackle the larger tasks in your day, where you are able to put in the most energy for the thing that is going to be the hardest for you in that day. My peak would be between 8 a.m. and around 1 p.m. That is when I have the most energy. That is when I have the most grit. That is when I get things done. Now, after I eat lunch, that's when I start hitting, midday slump, and things start spiraling down from there. I'm already ready to close out the day. I still will work, but that's when I get a little slower. That's when I get a little bit more sluggish, etc., etc. Now, depending on the day, some days I have energy from start to finish, some days I don't. But for the most part, my peak is from around 8 a.m. to around 1 p.m. And I protect it like it is gold, because it is. I don't get on the phone between that time. I'm not sitting on the phone for 2 hours. I am not scrolling on my phone and using all of my mental energy. No, I'm protecting my peak and I'm getting the work done that I need to get done during that time. What is your peak? And protect that. Some people work best in the early morning hours. Some people work best in the late morning. Some people are night owls and they can change their whole life, declutter their home, set up a plan in place for their life overnight around midnight between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. But there are some people who are night owls and they tend to get their work done in the late afternoon, late evening. Next, you need to create a get it done list. I did a little Instagram reel with some of these tips. Actually, I'm going to do a part 2 with the rest of them as well. Create a get it done list. These are going to be a list of things that you have the capacity to tackle before December 31st. So that means you need to declutter and organize your closet, refresh your patio space, renovate your bathroom, kitchen, whatever it is. This is the time to create a list of things that you can tackle on the weekends after work. Whenever you have the energy to jump all in, this is the list that you're going to go to and say, today I am tackling my office closet. This is a thing that I've been needing to tackle for a long time, and I'm tackling it this quarter. we're tackling it together. I said I was going to do it weeks ago, but then it didn't happen. This office closet is a mess. And it is on my get it done list because it's going to get tackled and done and taken care of before December 31st. So create a get it done list, get your energy together, get your flow together, and let's get things done whenever we have the time and energy before the end of the year. And then lastly, I need you to get into that planner of yours, okay? Get into your planner, get into your journal, plan out each month until the end of the year. I love going into my calendar and just writing out what I have to do. I do have a digital calendar that I use that has everything, but I love filling out my physical calendar as well. Just to reiterate it in my mind, make sure that you have a visual of everything that's happening from now until the end of the year. Any events you're going to, weddings, travel, whatever it is, so you're not overwhelmed with everything that you have to do. So you can look at your life and be like, I might just not have time to tackle that closet before the end of the year. I might have to remove that from the list and tackle it next year because the end of the year, every single weekend is crazy. Have a clear visual of your life and say, this is what I can achieve. This is what I can't. This is what I have the capacity for. This is what I don't have the capacity for. And your get it done list can align with your actual life. Because let's be real, we can have the intention to do everything, but if we don't have the time, then it doesn't make sense to make the intention. Or it doesn't make sense to set the intention. And lastly, it's time to reset your dreams. Give yourself the permission to dream again. I know there's several girlies here who are in their 30s as well. And there's a statistic out there that states that when you're in your 20s, you dream at 100%. But the minute you step into your 30s, you dream less because it shows that society has made us feel as though if we didn't pursue everything that we wanted to pursue in our 20s, that it's too late for us and we need to just go ahead and take the time to build up the next generation, which isn't bad to build up the next generation, but you still should be giving yourself the opportunity to dream. You still should be giving yourself the opportunity to go after the things that you want. So figure out what your vision is for this next year. Bring out the vision board and give yourself the permission to dream, to continue to dream, to keep dreaming. Collect pictures, quotes, intentions, so you can step into the new year already aligned with your future self. I started journaling a lot more this past summer during my mid-year reset. It was a goal of mine to start journaling more and to really be honest with myself with what I wanted, but not only be honest with myself with what I wanted, but to actually go after what I wanted. And journaling, therapy, and exposure therapy has seriously changed my life these last 3 months. I am a completely different person now than I was 3 months ago. When I turned 32, something switched in me. I was no longer limiting myself. I was just going to be who I wanted to be without any inhibitions, without any doubts, without anything, because those things aren't real. Those things are not real. These things I'm telling myself aren't real. So I need to step into a better version of myself, this version of myself that I've been holding in for so long. What is holding me back? There's truly nothing holding me back. So write out the dreams that you have, complete your vision board, and take action. And it's not too late to become who you want to be. It's not too late to step into a new version of yourself. It's never too late to rebrand and refocus on different things. Step into it and be unapologetically you in this season. Be unapologetically you. I'm giving you the permission, and you need to give yourself the permission to do it as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I hope this next 90 days is everything and more for you. We are tackling it. We are getting to it. We are energized. We are focused, and it is about to be a great end of 2025. I'm actually so sad it's about to be over because I love 2025. 2025 was such a great year. It felt so great at the beginning of it, and it's felt so great as it's gone on, and it's ending so great, and I don't want it to be over. This is going to be one of those years I am nostalgic over in a few years from now. So I'm soaking in every bit of it until the end, until we move into 2026. which is crazy to say out loud. But yeah, make sure you guys like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below if anything resonated with you, and make sure you follow me on Instagram. Join my broadcast group if you want resources and all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you for joining me week after week. I appreciate you so much. Peace out, Girl Scout. Bye.